Hello, this is DragonTank 1400 here, and this is DragonTank Plays Modded Minecraft. So last week I did like a creative vanilla world, just because I was getting kind of a little burned out with Minecraft. This week I really got back into it. I finished all of these tracks. All of them work from both angles, on and off. There is one thing that puzzled me though when I was doing this, was that and I think this has, I don't think this has to do with redstone or anything. I think this has to do with the way the elevator tracks receive power. But instead of just like taking this line straight over to there, I had to do this like loopy thing, which I think because this like goes up and then this goes down, so the redstone signal had to go up and then had to go down in order for the whole track to be powered for the elevator track, because otherwise I would have to power that track, which I cannot do because there's lava behind there, and that would just be a mess. So I had to do it that way. And kinda, I don't think I showed you this, but kinda how I did this was I used this XNOR gate. Basically, when both of these are powered or none of them are powered, this line right here, the line that says out right there, gets powered. And when one of these are powered for the in, either one, this gets off. So basically that just acts as a double switch. Really simple, so simpler than created it in like without the because that little thing would, I'm not even sure how you would create it in vanilla, just Minecraft. I think you would have to do maybe a T flip-flop or something. I'm not sure. I'm just starting to get into redstone myself, so I'm still learning a lot. So all four of those are done. That I did actually 2 weeks ago, to be honest. And then lag. This is a problem though, and I'll kind of show you why, because it's interesting. This isn't a problem going down, not in the slightest. The problem I'm having, oh yeah, this is where my portal is right here. I still have to fill these in with the lights and fill those in. And this right here I actually have a plan for. I want to use the drawbridges from Tinker Construct to make this a door. So because on the other side of this, I'll just show you. On the other side of this is this is the central shaft, and this one is the second lowest. And then there's one right there, and then the other one. Yeah, so basically with this you could maybe look into it or something. Not exactly sure how I'm going to set up the redstone for the track yet, but I still have that to do. Anyway, where's that switch? I'll get right here. That's simple enough. Put these torches back in the right spot. So I hit this, and everything's fine, hunky-dory. Let me get my staff for the traveling out, and you'll see why in a second. So I'm going to shift to get out of here. I teleport. Now sometimes I teleport behind it, and I need the staff of traveling to get out. So because what this is Resident Ender, and what that does is if you hit it, you will teleport. Let me get the staff of traveling out, and it will teleport you randomly within a radius of an area. It seems to just tell me back, but sometimes, well, so sometimes it will teleport me over like underground in that direction. So I've been trying to get this laboratory done. I haven't really worked on the outside yet. The next part I worked on, it was going to be these doors, and what I was looking for was something that will detect if a player is like a player's. This might work. I'm not sure. I haven't gotten into well, I haven't gotten to that mod yet. I was looking for something that would detect a player. This is a player interface. That's not what I'm looking for. Basically, if a player's in a certain range, and I had this in like the attack of the B team. I'm gonna have to look back to see what mod that was from, but I want this in a certain range and put one right there and connect the redstone. That when I'm in a certain range, these will open right here. These are what are they called? Drawbridges. And I might add another set here as well. These 2 blocks, so it'll all be white. I have to figure all that out. But I decided to work on the area that needed the most work in the laboratory, and this took me so much time. It took me hours and hours. Yeah, this is the Railcraft room. I still got a little work to do. I'm not. This is lazy for me to do these torches like this. I just kind of wanted to get it up and done. My plan is to add. If you look kind of at the lamps from Project Red, let's see. Think about adding some of these. I'm not sure which ones yet. Like, these are cool. I haven't really looked at these yet, and have those red, those green, those red, those yellow. These basically, I came up with this like the last minute. But these are going to be tunnels to, well, I came up with the tunnels. I was definitely going to do this for a long time. These tunnels are going to lead to the 4 cardinal directions of my base, and it's going to lead that. Now those are separate projects. I'm not going to include that part of the laboratory because they're going to connect to my other bases. The east one is going to connect up to, I'm not sure how yet, but it's going to connect into my automatic base somehow. Maybe I'll have some sort of elevator that will teleport me there, or I'll probably have a teleporter that will teleport me up to one of the like the main building. Seems like a good idea. I have the western one, which is going to lead to the tree project, and maybe I'll lead it to this base as well. Yeah, it's gonna lead to other bases as well. And then the north one is gonna lead to the monoculture. And the south one, I haven't came up with a base yet, but it's probably gonna be my armory or something like that. Like, if you look south, there isn't. I mean, there's this desert temple, I guess. I mean, desert village, but there isn't really a lot of difference out here than what I've already built on, because I already built on a desert. And I mean, there's this mesa. Could definitely build out in this mesa area, but it's way south. So I'm gonna have to figure out some place to build out there. So this will help me with direction, and it's the same thing I did from the top there with the different lights and the different. I used different liquids as well, which is why I'm using red down here for the corners, because this is still part of the Railcraft room. I'm not sure why I use red. Oh, and did you know if you have a block here, I'll show you really fast. Let me get some cobblestone out, and you can just use a powered rail. This is actually, I actually found this like really cool. I don't know why I did it in this corner, but that's weird. Well, anyway, it was powering. Oh no, it has to be. Oh, okay, it has to be this block. Let me just show you this. I'll use this lamp. Made it really dark, and this is inverted, so that will be turned off by the redstone signal. So I thought that was kind of cool. Let's put that back, and then put this back. So I thought it was kind of cool. It has to be the resonant. No, what's it called? The destabilized redstone has to be in contact with the block it's powering. But you can like probably trace a redstone signal. You have to just use a repeater or something. I don't know how long the signal lasts, like how many blocks it goes through. But I thought it was pretty cool, and I actually have a plan for that. I'm gonna make a silly motion machine. I think it's called Ruth Go-Bird or something. It's not really going to have a purpose. Well, it might have a purpose in the end. I'm not sure. But basically, it's going to be like once that thing leads to another. And one of the things I'm probably going to use is destabilized redstone, which will be really cool, actually, I think. Alright, so let's start off with this room. This is the first one I did. Just a little alcove here, the coke ovens, and just had 3. And I kind of made it symmetrical, but I was kind of like, I wanted to see this lava. So how I designed this is, it kind of ended up this way. Each one of these, except for that one, I believe, and this one, well, is symmetrical. And the reason this one's not symmetrical is because of the lava. They don't want like a coke oven to go on this, so they just kind of put some clear glass there, and there's a tape around it, around the machines and everything. I don't know. I think it looks cool. I really like the. I don't even mind like the torches, to be honest, in this area. I need it so the stuff's not gonna spawn here, but it does have a certain look to it that I really like. These blocks right here, I don't know, having like the wall and the ceiling, and then I just like it. And then once I got the style down, which took me a while, I decided to go with the same style for the other 3 like outcoves for this is the Railcraft room. And it makes sense that this is a Railcraft room because there's going to be rails going out here to the different areas. Now this is the second one I did. It's not symmetrical. Like all of them except for this one is symmetrical on this line, and that I think that's fine, because this could be almost symmetrical. Like I don't know. I really like this because you get to see the lava, and you get to look through here, and you get to gonna see the track laid out for. This is, what is this? The southern. Let's follow where I am. No, it's the eastern, way off. And basically, I have set up here. If you add a coke to this, if it's connected, if the chest is connected, it will favor the left side, but if it's connected to the other side, it will automatically go in. So if you put it in here, it will go in there. The iron will not, so you just have to manually put the iron in there, but that's fine, it's whatever, and it will automatically get out the steel. This silver, I forgot to show you guys this over here. It's kind of the same dealio. This exports the crescent oil, I believe that's how you say it, and this will input the coke. There's not really a way to export the coke once it's finished, but I'm fine with that. I could set it up differently where there would be, but there's not really a whole lot of room in here. I could make more room, but who wants to do all that work? Alright, so the next room I did was this room. This is just kind of machines. I had the rock crusher, I had the rolling machine. I added the engraving bench last because I remembered I had it. There's other machines in this mod. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be doing that because the other machines are like for like steam power and power production. I might do like a steampunk area later where I use that for my power system. But For now it's fine. That's why I kind of left this like this. There's a lot of room in this room, and if I decide I want to do something, well, I have a little room to do it in. This is just connected to this. It just goes into the rolling machine. I mean, no, it's actually get out of the rolling machine. Nothing to go into it. Don't really see a need. This one has to input and output for the rock crusher because it does. I think it does have a need in. Where was it? Well, I can make sand from gravel, and yeah, but there was something here that I was just like, oh, I'm gonna need that. I can't remember what it was exactly. Yeah, I'm not sure what it was. Oh, it was like these brick things. I don't know how I'm gonna find those in the world. They're so rare. I guess I can use the digital miner to find them. Just get like one of each, but they still are pretty rare. Okay, so the last part of sorry, my voice. I'm losing my voice right now. Sorry, the last part of the last part was actually that, but the last corner of that I did was this like storage area, and I just put like a bunch of birch shelves down. I think they look the best in contrast with the black walls. Put some chests down. This is going to be the oil. Probably stack them on top because I'm probably going to get a ton of it. I have one barrel in the liquid storage. Might add a couple more. I really want the bedrock one, but that just takes so much cobblestone. It's unbelievable. I'm gonna have to produce my own, get like a setup going on with that. That won't take that long, but I'll just have to find a spot for it. 2 racks, some lamps, just a table. These are the engineering overalls. With those, I believe you don't take damage if you're on like the electric track or whatever. So I got those there, and I think it turned out really good. I really like this build. It took me a while, but I actually do really enjoy it. I'm definitely gonna change out these. I'm just seeing if the torches would work, and if I chiseled them and they just don't work for this build. They work for in here. Like these almost blend in perfectly because it's black, but for there it just doesn't work. And I tried like different torches. I had these originally, and then I changed it to these thinking it would be better, but it's just I gotta change. I actually gotta make the lamps. I make those. I don't know. I want to get dye production going. Speaking of dye production, let me just go back up here. It's another thing with these tunnels. I was going to put lights in there, and I still might eventually, but I kind of like the fact that it's dark. I might like fool around with that like later, but I'm gonna work on finishing the laboratory first, and even after when I'm finished with it, I'm probably still gonna mess around with a few things like that if I decide to. I have a lot of other projects to work on. Oh, where am I going? I like this view so much, though. It's just I like it so much. Alright, so where was it? It was in first home. Okay, so I have a little monoculture thing set up here. It's over here. Oh, this is my Twilight portal. I will be entering that and doing an episode. I'm not sure when, but I will. So I have automatic fisher here. This is William. He's my spawn chunk guy. Holy moly. Are these alive too? Some of them are raw. A lot of them are raw, unfortunately. Some of them are alive though. Now the fish I was looking for, I didn't get any alive raw rainbow trout. Unfortunately, this is what I was looking for. Because with the rainbow trout, this is almost out of power. Wow. It's got a speed upgrade. I'll probably give it some more later. So the rainbow trout. So if we look, like, yeah, it has like this dye production. It has every dye except for white, black, gray, light gray, and just green. Okay. Yeah, I think that's all the dyes. So it has every one except for those 4. It even has brown. So I definitely want to. It only has like some of these are more like there's more red, and it's a really a chance. But yeah, I really want to breed these. I really want to start breeding the rainbow trout and get some dye going. But the cool thing about the rainbow trout also is it has the raw one has 10 attack damage. My sword has 11, and I can create better swords than this for sure. So it's not a big deal in this mod pack, but that's better than like just straight up diamond sword. So I guess it's not night, is it? Oh, it must have been night when I started the episode, because yeah, we're 21 minutes in. Must have been day or night. That's the thing about that base underground. It takes so long, but at the same time, you don't worry about day and night. So I believe it definitely takes longer to build. If you're on a multiplayer server, it will probably take quicker, just because you don't have to worry about monsters. So raw puffer fish. Yeah, so you can get rainbow trout here, but I'm not getting any of them alive. And I'm not sure exactly why. Maybe it's just like odds, because I got like a bunch of raw stingray fish, but I don't have any of them alive either. Alright, so, well, the neon fish is good. I can produce with the neon fish. Why are these different? Yeah, that's weird. But I can produce with the neon fish. If you look at the rainbow trout, I need the goldfish and the neon fish. So it's good that I'm getting neon fish, and I can get raw goldfish this way. I was hoping just go right to the rainbow trout, but oh well. It does have a low chance of die, but there's like speed upgrades and stuff. I mean, I'm gonna have to get big into the monoculture mod before I do that, but I definitely want dye production that way. Anyway, so I'm gonna make a little cut here, and we'll get on to the Bible verse of the day. So see you in a bit. Worthy are you, our Lord and God, to receive glory and honor and power, for you created all things, and by your will they existed and were created. Revelation chapter 4, verse 11. So this is this chapter in Revelations. This has a picture of the throne room of God, and it has I believe angels or something like worshiping him on his throne. And what this just really shows, it's kind of like what Genesis 1:1 showed, was that God created all things, that he is the creator. And it's just kind of the same point as I described in the previous episode, that you can't create God who created everything. So basically you can't create your own God. God is who he is, and that's just who he is. You can't make your own God, because God is the creator. He isn't the creation. There's a big difference, and he's the one who created us. So who are we to say how God should be, what God's personality is, what God's beliefs are, and His beliefs are true and holy. And this verse also shows that God is worthy to receive glory, honor, and power. And the truth is, we're not worthy at all. Only God is. God alone is holy. So that was just a quick kind of rehash of some of the stuff I explained before. That this all gods are the same God is definitely false. That you can't create your own God. It just, logic dictates that there's only one and only true God, and that He's unchangeable. That we can't make Him into something He's not. The clay does not say to the potter, make me this way. And the clay does definitely not say to the potter, I'm going to create you. No, the potter is what shapes the clay and what makes the clay into an image. So basically, just logic shows that we can't create our own God. Just because we don't like something that God believes doesn't make it not true, and we can't just say that God doesn't believe that, even though it's in the Bible. We can't just say that. God's word, the Bible, is our scripture, and if we come up with our own rules based on our own authority, then it's no longer a religion I want to be part of. If we start doing that, then it's just it's illogical. I mean, I will always worship Jesus Christ. I will always follow the Bible, and I will believe in the one and only true God, even if the church, quote unquote, the different denominations of the church start to believe something that isn't in accordance to the Bible, in saying that it is. So my point here is just read your Bibles, really get a grasp of who Jesus is. Don't just take pastor or priest or spiritual leaders word for stuff. Really dig down this stuff on yourself and see the truth. And there's and when it comes to the specific stuff, the detailed stuff, you may never get it, and we're never going to get it perfectly, but there is clear stuff in the Bible that's repeated time and time again, Jesus Christ is the only way, and God created the universe, that's just repeated time and time again. That's how can you deny this? I mean, I can get arguments of predestination versus free will, or there's definitely legit arguments out there that we just don't have the answer for. But there's a lot of stuff that churches are not believing anymore that is clearly stated in the Bible. And one of those things is Jesus Christ, and the most important thing is Jesus Christ being the only way. That is the most important thing. And the second is that God created all things. And that just lines right up really with each other. So there's other things too, but I really won't get into those because that's not what this verse talks about. Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.